Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever WAD Central Team Draft League. I wanted to go over some of the things that will be going on in the league. I wanted to get the teams randomized and get all the things kind of like out of the way so we'll be ready to play the season when the time comes. So first and foremost, I'm going to go over some general rules. I'm sure I missed something, so if anyone has any more questions, I'll be happy to answer it. As you see here, we have randomized seeding. When we enter when we start to play a game, we'll have randomized seeding for each player of each team. So there's three players per team. So there'll be assigned number, letter, I should say, ABC, and then that person will be seated between two other players of the other team. And you will end up playing against the person that is directly across from you, and they will also be letter A. The draft is normal. You just draft left to right, left, right, left. In the deck building process, you will be taking your stack of cards, and you can kind of work your deck with your team members. So, for example, if I was on Liam's team, I have my deck lined out what I think I should be playing from what the cards I saw that got passed in the draft, and he could say, well, you know what, I saw this bomb that got passed to the person directly across from you, so you might want to play a sideboard card against this card, yada yada yada. You could also just ask, if you have a hard time building decks in limited, you could just, that's what the team is there for. You can't trade between your pool that you drafted and your teammates' pool. You keep your pool, but you get to get their input. The seeding, like I said, is going to be A versus A, B versus B, C versus C. So those are going to be randomized. It might be something that we change in another season that people want to, I don't know, assign what letter they want to be. I don't know if that makes a difference, but for now we're using this. First team to 5 wins will win the match. So first round goes on, and let's say it's 2-1, and then the next round, the rounds are one game. So the team won 2-1, whatever, and then there's another round. And the first round, team to go to 5 wins finishes the night off with a win. I want to go and show you guys the season and playoff breakdowns and matchups before we randomize the teams. So I found this little season randomizer, and all right. So yeah, here it is. So tournament bracket generator. This is our draft league. The season's going to be a round robin, which means that each team is going to be playing against every other team at least once. And I have the teams team 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, generate it. So this is an idea of what the season will look like. Week 1, team 2 versus team 3, team 1 team versus team 4. Round 2, such, round 3. So that's going to be our season, and then what we can do next is we'll do the playoff single elimination. And then this will be basically the look of the playoffs. Obviously, team 1, it's not going to be team 1 versus team 4. It's going to be it'll most likely be team 1 and team 2 versus team 3 and team 4 standing wise, and then we get the last 2 players to face off to win. All right. So I'm sure that wasn't clear, but at least you have an idea of what's going on. So let's randomize the teams. I took the liberty of putting names down. So we have myself, Memo, Jerome, Faludi, Pierre-Louis, Tien, Jonathan, Liam, Steve, Joseph, Wayne, and Jake. All right. So we have number of teams is 4 teams, and we'll just use numbers for the teams, and let's generate. All right. So here we go. So team 1, we have Memo, Tien, and myself. Team 2, Jonathan, Jake, and Steve. Team 3, Pierre, Louis, Jerome, Wayne. And Team 4, Faludi, Liam, and Joseph. clearly this stuff is not set in stone. If someone has a problem with someone else on the team, they can, we could try to do a trade or something. I don't think it's a big deal, but so let's try out with these teams. All right. So we have those randomized teams. And we have Greg has been gracious enough to be placed on the reserve list, meaning that if someone can't make a game, Greg could possibly fill in for that person missing. I was thinking about what happened if we were missing players and Greg couldn't make it. Well, in that case, I think we could still draft regularly. Unfortunately, there will be on the team with the more population. They'll have 2 players together, which kind of screws around with the team draft a little bit. But what we can do is we could have A and B seedings at when the games go on, and then you could have team A versus player A versus player A, player B versus B, and then for the next round you could switch those people over, so C gets to play, and then they'll switch over again most likely because it's up to 5. So I think that's the way that's going to go. If that, hopefully there won't be any absences, and if there are, hopefully Greg can make it. Team names. So I guess as soon as you get now that you know who your team is, boop, we got to make some names, some team names. That's part of the fun of this whole thing. It's not just come in, you draft, and you leave. It's kind of like this is a long process. It's going to be 3. We're going to have 3. Draft season nights and 2 draft playoff nights, or at least, I guess, or maybe 1 draft playoff night if it's that quick. So we have we're going to be together as teams for a while, so it might be fun to create team names and, I don't know, get a logo going on, randomly go into MS Paint and make a random logo, so that might be cool. I think that's super awesome. What else? If anyone else is watching this who's not in the teams wants to be part of the reserve list, please let me know. That would be cool. More people, the better the league's going to turn out to. And then if you end up liking it, you can end up joining the next one if we end up doing this again. One thing I was thinking about is having the home team choose the cube. So that's something that I guess I'll assign randomly. Or I'll look through the bracket and see the one we did before. Let's see if I can find it again. I don't think I'll be able to find it because it was randomly generated. No. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll assign home teams with the season schedule. The home team will have a week, let's say, because it's every 2 weeks, so you'll have a week to decide which cube you want to make, which cube you want to draft with. And then I'll inform the other team, and both teams will have the list of the cube that they want to draft. Hopefully it's on Cube Tutor. If it isn't, then I guess no one has any real information on the cube, and it's not no one is the wiser. So it would be cool. I know that all my cubes are on Cube Tutor. Memo's cubes are on Cube Tutor. So it's just a question of which cube we're doing. Last thing I want to see what you guys thought about was the winning prize. So one of the options is just for fun and it's free, and we just play for pride and glory and bragging rights, which is awesome. I suggested that it's possible that we can all put in like a $5 cash prize, and then the pool goes to the winners and they divide it equally. There's also the option of me making a trophy. I thought that's a cool idea because it gets everyone kind of in the spirit of a season. You're going to win the cup. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm definitely looking at it. I don't have a lot of cash, so it's probably going to be something pretty basic. It would be nice to have a little, kind of like, how the Stanley Cup has the names of the winners around the cup every season. It would be cool to have something like that. Maybe some kind of like little metal piece that says, oh, team whatever won season 1 in 2016, whatever. And then the next line. Anyways, I'm open for suggestions, so if you guys want to comment on this, I'm more than happy to take suggestions. I'm kind of running all this stuff alone, so if there's any ideas that you guys have, I'm very willing to listen. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this is informative. And I hope to see you guys at the next event. Take care.